Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigerian.
Yes, you are. Thank you for staying with us.
Yes.
We have Yemi Amodu. He's a Nigerian actor, writer, dramatist, director, and a movie producer.
And today, he's sitting right with us, and he's going to tell us one or two things about his craft. I mean, you wear a lot of hats. Filmmaking, you're a lecturer as well. Tell us, how's the journey been so far?
What? If you are doing what you know how to do, if you are not forced out of what you can do best, then you'll be able to do it well. So naturally, I am an actor. Naturally, I'm a drummer. I'm a poet. You know, I am almost everything in the heart. So now, doing it from generation to generation is not a big deal to me. So I'm able to migrate from the analog to digital very easily. Yes, and that's just the fact.
All right.
So in some sort of ways, you're a jack of all trades. Can one be a master of all at the same time while being the jack?
Okay, as a director, you have to be jack of all trades. Because you must have proficient knowledge, you know, in every aspect of production. So you can't say I know continuity alone or I can manage production alone. Like me, for instance, I started from being an actor and a little, you know, into lead roles in acting. I let that go and joined behind the scene. I went for editing. You see, as an editor, directors coming from the editing bench are the best in the world. You know, so from there, remember in those years, if you can edit, you cannot carry camera, you don't know anything about cinematography, that means you cannot produce news. You know, because I work a bit with a TV house. You know, I learned editing informally, you know, from a studio. Then from there, that studio migrated to DBN TV. So I work as an editor, as a cinematographer, as a producer of news, producer of, you know, drama and so on. So I must know every aspect of production. And that is why when I become a director, it's not so difficult for me.
Okay, now let's talk about, you have basically tried everything. So there's this segregation between the Yoruba Nollywood and the English Nollywood. And you have, you know, been in both worlds. How's it been? Tell us what the challenges that you have, you know, faced, you know, you've produced Yoruba movies and also English movies, which of course one of your movies currently on Netflix.
Yes.
So tell us how that experience has been so far for you.
Wonderful. It is just a matter, it is just language. That is language of a dialogue. That is the difference. If there is no, how do you say Yoruba movie? There is nothing like Yoruba movie. I tell people, movie is movie.
Okay.
Either it is done in Hausa, it's done in Yoruba, Igbo,
or
English. It is movie.
Okay.
You understand? Same action, gesture, pantomimic dramatization, all aspects of the fundamentals of acting, fundamentals of you know, productions have to be put, even if you are speaking Yoruba as dialogue. So how do you now say there is a difference? But if you are talking about what we have created because of the Nigerian situation, you know, the ethnic situation of Nigeria, then I will agree with you because if you belong to our own side, the Yoruba side, as people will say, then it will be difficult for you to make an inroad to the English. In those years when we have the marketers at the Dumota, if you have a Yoruba, if you are a Yoruba movie producer, then you produce English. You cannot. How do you market it?
Exactly.
You have a problem. So it was happening then. But now, if you look at what the films that are trending on Netflix now, we have Yemi Amodu Shadow Parties, we have Kunle Afolayan, Swallow, we have Funka Kindele, we have Kemi Adetiba, we have. So when you look at those names, and they are all English. So how do you now say some are Yoruba movies, some are English movies? It's just a matter of language of dialogue.
Now, just before we talk about your project on Netflix, one challenge I had personally seen with Yoruba movies is subtitling. That is one major challenge I've seen. It is almost never right at one point in time. Now you have something on Netflix and you have subtitles for it, of course. How have you been able to, do you agree that at a point it has been a challenge? Yes. How have you been able to to ensure that that is not a problem with your own project?
You see, I belong to an association.
Okay.
The association of where we have majorly the Yoruba movie producers, as we call them. And this is a big challenge that we have been facing. You know, there are literally English. Okay, let me talk about dialogue now. If you are going to deliver dialogue, you know, there are literary rendition, you know, and there are colloquial rendition where you converse. And it is into one word, is into the other. Okay. So now, that's the problem we have with subtitling. Some people don't know that there are literary subtitles, I mean, interpretation of words. For instance, if Yoruba says, I bofala and work if I can, and you want to subtitle that in English, will you say, it is because you don't know that you now raise your head up or whatever.
So you don't take it literally, you don't take it word for word? No.
It has its own idiomatic expression
as a whole.
As a whole.
What it
If
means.
you say, Ijafara lewu, a stitch in time saves 9.
Saves 9. You
understand? So these are what we are addressing now in my association. And I think in a matter of 1 month or 2, we'll have a serious, revolution in that regard.
Now, let's talk about your movie currently on Netflix, Shadow Parties. I mean, it tells a story about the evils inherent in, communities, yes. And, which also leads to a clash,
yes.
As it gets along.
Yes.
Was it inspired by true events?
No. I had a personal experience.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was almost a victim. I almost, lose my life to a communal clash between Ife and Modaeke in year 2000. And from year 2000, I've been writing, the story from, year in, year out before I am able to get fund, to produce it the way I like. So now what we are talking about is our society. See, you are sitting down now here. Everything is peaceful. Why can we not sustain the peace? Why must you think of killing me? Why must I think of killing you? Why are we encouraging killings? Why are we encouraging, impeding the growth of a country by killing one another? Look at what is happening now in the North. This film was made, I shot this film since 1970, I mean, year 2017. And see what we have now: banditry, internecine, fratricide war, communal clashes, territorial, hustling and, problems, crises. Yeah. Why? Why can't our society be at peace? So that is what this film is talking about. It's talking about the evil inherent, it's exposing the problems that we have, in that regard, and suggesting ways, at the same time exposing the purveyors, the sponsors. That in every situation like this, there are people that are benefiting from this. So why are we not looking in that regard? Why are we not looking in that direction? And fish them out and quash the problem, finally. So that is what this film is talking about.
Yeah, wow.
And then having it on Netflix, what was it like? Is it something?
Yeah.
How did you get on Netflix? Let's just
okay. Before I talk about how I get on Netflix, Netflix is not my real target.
Okay.
Elites see Netflix.
Okay.
The people that this is talking to are the rural dwellers, and now we are talking to government to consider it for an advocacy,
project.
Yes, to take it to the rural dwellers, because that is where the war is.
It's happening.
The people that are benefiting are in the city. They take their own children abroad. They keep them out of that war, zones.
So the people that actually this movie caters to are not on Netflix.
They are not on Netflix.
So how do you get them to watch it?
Well, yes,
how do you get this message to them?
So that is it. You see, I have to, first and foremost, I don't know anybody in government. I don't know anybody. I am just a creative, somebody who is just, I want to use my talent to better my society. Okay. So if I don't get it to Netflix for the elite to see, how would they know that, this can be used as a veritable tool, to address this issue? You get the point.
It's a means to an end.
Yes, but at the end of the day, maybe because of elements of romance, because the story progression is very standard, very good, lovely. That is why, you know, do you know the film rose to #1, you know, on Netflix? And,
I was just about to ask how, you know, what the response has been so far.
It's been wonderful.
Okay.
And you know, I didn't have money for billboard. I didn't have money for any advert. From one to the other, people talking about it, you know, the greatness of the film, and people go to see
word
the
of
film.
mouth, yes.
Yes, the word of mouth. So, you want to say something?
Yes, you have a lot of strong characters in there. You have Omotola, you have Shola, you have Yemi Black. I mean, those are really strong. Toyin Abraham.
Yes.
I mean, those are really strong characters.
Yes.
You must have spent a lot of money.
I did. The movie is over 100 million naira.
What?
You know,
to produce?
Yes, a lot of investment.
That has been the most. Is that the most expensive you've ever spent on a movie?
Yes. You know, in those, let me say by the standard now, because year 2001, thereabout, I was into a project with my late sister, Remde Optimum Communication. We did Afonja. You know, Afonja was done with a big capital then. I think about 5 million. So if you consider 5 million naira then to what we have today, then we consolidated with Oweje. Then, and that was a very big project too. But this one is very big. It's very big.
Well done, sir.
It's very
well
big.
done,
And so
sir.
far, are you recouping the monies that you've spent on that project?
Well, not yet. You know, if you are talking about creative work, you will be talking about passive income.
Yes.
You understand?
Very
and that
true.
is where our home business is different. You know, it will come and keep
Gradually,
coming steadily.
okay.
Now we are operating at the
On the larger scale.
yes, larger scale of English speaking countries. So we are going to cover non-English speaking countries. From there, we are going to in-flight. From there, we are going to other platforms.
Wow.
And then video on demand at home and all of that. Thank you so much, Yemi Amodu. This is, yes, wishing you the best and hoping that you put much more projects like that. We have something for you, but then just before that, we'll get to see a little clip of what you have done.
How much do you know of them?
Możesz poświadczać tylko za siebie.